What's up, everybody? Mr. Craven ESO Daily. I am not on ESO, as you guys can see. On this stream, I'm actually going to be working Battlegrounds, so more on Rift. Once again, I'm just trying to basically get my bearings back into BGs, especially with Morrowind coming up, and I got random war fronts to do. So we're going to try to get this out of the way. I'm hoping to be playing on the Pyro build, my PvP Pyro build. So unless there's no healers, and then I'll go with the heal spec. So we'll see. Now I did end up getting, as you guys can see, I'm level 67. It'll allocate me up to 70, but I'm actually hoping. So far, no healers. We'll see how that all works out. This might have to be a switch for me. Healers are important, especially in Rune Master. Once again, the team who has healers wins. It's just the way it is. Now, I run macros. Yeah, they're gonna... Yeah. Let me go ahead and we'll switch out to the heal roll. Main thing about this is this is kind of what you anticipate. And I want to point this out, guys. Imagine I don't have the fifth person here, and I only got 4. If it's all DPS, that's a bad scenario. And I'm really hoping ESO will introduce like this type of system that you can save builds and you can switch out appropriately. I'm not saying they ever will, but that would be really badass. You know, if somebody had dropped because they knew it was a loss, but the wait time isn't worth it. Not by a long shot. You know, you get penalized for dropping Battlegrounds. And I imagine there'll be something similar in upcoming Battlegrounds for us as well. If you drop a group, you'll get like a cooldown. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and grab. This is my objective. I'm not going to go up there. That would just kind of be foolhardy. We're going to probably lose anyways. Excuse me. As I'm looking over at my mini-map, we got a lot of teammates spread out. Now, the more I hold on to the rune, obviously the more damage I'm going to be taking from the rune itself. So I want to try to keep myself healed as much as possible. And once again, I run macro. So when you guys see me hitting one button, when you see all these little blinks going on, it's going actually through, yeah. That's a CD'd. Yep, there's a die. Got some points on the board. But even if you lose, usually if you get objectives in, you still get more points towards the end of your score sheet. So it's kind of important to make sure, even if you're going to be, you're going to lose, try to get some of those objectives in. It definitely comes in handy for your overall scores, especially towards leaderboards. Now, I'm still not on a competitive level. The level 70 gear is just ridiculous with stats. Bad thing about macroing, though, when you're running through your rotation, if you try to do anything up front, sometimes you'll actually won't be able to grab anything. Bad thing about Chloros, they have to hit something to heal. They have individual heals, but not as much as like the cleric does. But Chloromancers are really good healers in dungeons a lot of times. I used to run a Chloro every now and again for my rating, if needed, depending. Yeah, I'm gonna die because from the. Oh, they got me. Oh no, that little. This will be over before 15 minutes for sure. Already up past the halfway mark. Gonna drop down and grab the one down here. Try to work my way back to center. Okay, we got two, they got two. They're over there on the right. We got two in the center. Three. Got, look like 2 or 3 of our own over here. Lost them out. Yeah, 2 dotted up. Yeah, got me on the back. And here's the thing, if you're going to do solo PvPing, you're going to get faster queue times most of the time. Okay? It's kind of always the way it's been. I don't think ESO has mentioned any penalization. They did mention that the queue timer will recognize if it's a group and will queue accordingly. So there's not going to be any advantages for teams over like pugged BGs, this is good. Yeah. And the funny thing about it is, and for me personally, it's like I love solo playing. I like getting in there. I love getting heavy, fast queues. Excuse me. I love getting fast queues. I love to hit the battlegrounds as hard as I can. I'm anticipating having to probably go with a lot of heal builds in Battlegrounds. Just because a lot of in ESO healers and tanks are very rare. The abundance is set in DPS. A lot of MMOs you see that, but in World of Warcraft at one time, the priest builds and druid builds lend options for healers, and especially druid with tank, you could switch out. So, at one time druid was a very popular class because its flexibility to for its build options. And I did play a druid at one time, and I've done all of it. I've done the feral. I did the boon, and I also did a bear. So as you guys can see, I still have my random war front because I didn't win. Excuse me. I didn't win. So, once again, guys, I mean, PvP is, in a battleground is a lot different from Siege Engine. And a lot of problems for players in the past was balancing. This class is so OP and this class is so OP. That became a lot more recognizable when arenas were introduced. But in Battlegrounds, you're always playing team strategy. There's more of a tactic than just killing like a team deathmatch. So when you see things like team deathmatch, in ESO, it's not going to be necessarily about class imbalances. It's going to be more about gear imbalances. And I think that ESO might be slitting their throat a little bit on that, on team deathmatch, just because what ends up happening, people are going to complain about a certain set. Not that it hasn't happened before, especially with Vicious Death or any other sets, and they do the nerf. So, I mean, it's been there, but I think in Battlegrounds, you're going to see more QQs a lot more frequently. But in a general Battleground, you don't see it as often. The main thing about is to spec accordingly or to build accordingly. If you try to push too much into your DPS, you have no survivability. You're looking at a 4v4, and a lot of the times, man, they will go ahead and hit it hard. As you guys can see, once again, I'm the only healer. And the funny thing about this game, everybody can have a heal role. Every class can play heal roles. So it makes no sense that nobody wants to play any other roles. If you're out for the win, are you trying to kill? Or are you out for the win? I mean, what do you want your scorecard to reflect? Becomes the question. Oh shit, she's eyeballing me. Yeah, I see ya. Good job, team. Mystic's holding. Come on. Oh, that rune's gonna kill me. Add that with damage. Yup. First thing I always do is drop down, see if they're the ones over here, which it's not. So we've got the one up here. I should have just taken the teleport. Now, I want to ignore most of what's going on over there and like I said, keep to the objective. Try to let my teammates do their thing and me do mine, but at the same time lend support. Especially when they're running and gunning like that, you definitely want to... It's all tactics, man. You know, I mean, the best DPS can lose due to tactical sense. I want to sneak back here. They're having the advantage with the overrun. Okay, they see me. Gonna drop back down. They got that one extra. I'm the only one holding. For my team at the moment. Yeah, runs too much after a while. We're keeping in there, but they have more strong presence down in the middle. You know, they control that. They're gonna win. Sorry about that. I'm getting a weird call. Telemarketer. Gotta love telemarketers. Not gonna let them get this. They don't want us getting it. I don't want them getting it. Pick that up again. I want to keep to the back side as much as possible here. CC'd. Break. Like I said, look at all the DPS over here, guys. Now, if you had two more healers, we would be decimating. We would actually have the advantage. Because as much DPS as they push out, we would be able to heal. Now, in ESO Battlegrounds, that's not going to be the case. You can't do that. It's a team of 4. You're only going to be able to use one healer, maybe one hybrid healer, potentially. Once again, if you try to run up on... bank on self-sustains alone, and I'm not saying it can't be done, but most likely against good strong teams, you're at a disadvantage. Come on, guys, really? Why has it got to be me? I'm trying to heal, and I'm going to be the one picking it up. Oh God, whatever. We all know what this does, so a lot of DPS don't want to go ahead and grab it. It's understandable, but at the same time, if you're in here to win, people have to grab this thing. So again, my heals go down when I don't have targets.
Killing spree.
Okay, we're making a push now.
Mass mark.
I'll pull back a little bit, let my team do their thing. I don't think we have enough to make the push. We have a lot more than what we did. This person's going to kill me along with the rune. You know, nothing I can do. But at least now we have them on the back end.
Rampage.
I can go down and drop and get another one. Hopefully that'll be enough to push back up, but I don't know if it'll be enough time. Come on, come on, come on, guys. Come on, come on, come on. We've got to get some kills. It's got to happen. Conquer and divide, guys. Art of war. Teams are stronger when they're in units. Like they're bunched up. That's very strong tactic. Of course. They're like, there's the gem carrier. Kill him. Come on, push, guys. I know we're holding, but jeez, Mateesus. Really? One dude got two of us in one blow, man. He just comes in and that's it. That's game. By the time we get it, it's gonna score up. Yep. That's 1,000 right there. All right, guys. So I just wanted to do a quick stream today. Once again, going over Battlegrounds, the importance of what you need to be looking at and looking for, and most of all, like if you're going to be a heavy Battleground player, you know, just realize that you're going to have wins, you're going to have losses. Win percentage is important. I'm not going to say it isn't. For pre-mades, you're going to potentially have a better chance at a higher win percentage, giving you a lot more score. But how frequently you queue also is detrimental to your score for what your average is on a daily occurrence. So, you know, keep that all into consideration, because if you can get like a pre-made going on and you can get a couple of wins and get a higher win ratio, that's fine. But you want to try to maybe get a couple of pugs in as well to increase your queue timers to get as much score as well too, if you're looking to chase leaderboard. And leaderboard is important if you're trying to chase it. I mean, that becomes debatable if you want to be on leaderboard. But yeah, you know, once again, man, you know, divide and conquer, art of war. You know, make sure you guys are, you know, paying attention to that type of stuff. Tactics. You know, sometimes the worst build in the world will win Battlegrounds just because of tactics. So, once again and always, guys, I appreciate everybody watching. If you have any questions, comments, post below. And once again and always, thank you and have a nice day.